So how much rain did we get last night?
About 4,200.
That's pretty good.
This one here is 40 hundredths.
I gotta finish the sidewalk.
That's right. And then I'm thinking, when you do finish the sidewalk all the way there, we need some stepping stones from the column to the cement.
Yep. Diane getting her morning exercise. These are mostly perennials along here, meaning they come back every year. The hops are really producing this year. These vines are annuals, meaning they live for one season. Whiskey barrels full of marigolds. Heavenly blue morning vine. Diane loves the marigolds that I planted this year. Surprise, surprise. A bell pepper plant growing up where the spinach was. I planted these bell peppers plants at different time frames, so we'll have ripening bell peppers at different time frames. So I will harvest and freeze, probably vacuum pack the ones that we don't eat right away, but I love bell peppers. We eat 1 or 2 bell peppers a week. Cucumbers are still producing pretty good, and we have bell peppers, lots of bell peppers. My plan is to use this cucumber here to harvest seeds from. It's a pretty good size, and it looks about the right shape of what I would like to replicate. So this will be a cucumber that I let get very ripe before I harvest the seeds. I did have some tomatoes with a little bit of bottom rot on there, and my experience is that happens when I overwater them, especially in these containers. But then I also read that it's a lack of calcium, so I did mix up a lime solution and put a little bit of lime solution in all of the tomato plant buckets, and so far it seems to be helping with the blossom rot, or bottom rot as they call it. A lot of times if you see a tomato ripening early, it's because of blossom rot or bottom rot, but in this case it's caused from that scar on that tomato. For some reason it was scarred, and so it's ripening a little faster than the others. More cucumbers from the garden. It's kind of an odd shaped one. Pretty big too. Hope to get about 11 of these fence panels done this year. I'm ready to pour 2 more bases today. It's important to get the bases done so they can cure for a few days before I put the top part of the fence panel on. There's the form, part of the form laying out there, and part of the form back here, and then the other part of the forms, the smaller parts are still on there. They're kind of hinged with plastic, so it's easier to install and pull off. Easier to keep track of which part goes where. This is a good example of how the water pools up towards the coffee can that's in the middle of my pattern there, and eventually that's where I would be planting plants, is where that coffee can is. It will actually be a void that's a void in the concrete that's filled with with potting soil, and then it goes all the way down to the earth. And so then when you plant a plant in the potting soil, the roots can eventually make it all the way down past the base of the fence panel and go down into the earth and sustain the plant. This is a pretty good test for my new microphone that I've got on my Sony Alpha 6000 camera. It's pretty windy out here, and I've got a device over the top of that microphone that should be shielding the microphone from a lot of the wind noise. It would be unbearable and unusable footage without the microphone cover. It's kind of a fuzzy cover. I love how the heavenly blue morning vines climb the string that I've got here.